but I didn't like. Early on, I felt he was tentative and so forth. His arm wasn't hurting him, but he has some knots in there. He's getting loose. The trainer worked on him, and he said he's fine. So during that rain delay, I told him, I said, you got to be brutally honest, man. I said, if you can't compete, you're tight or whatever, let me know. I got somebody warmed up. Let's go. And he says, no, I'm ready. I said, well, I don't want to see these push balls anymore. You got to throw it, you got to compete. You know what I mean? I don't know if you noticed, they didn't come out and start throwing that fastball, and then went to the slower stuff. Whereas before, I think it was tight, and he couldn't stretch out. But he's a competitor, you know what I mean? And he did well. Worked out. Well, I had Jeremy Frazier warmed up early in the game because, he couldn't find a plate. I'd already talked to Jeremy. I said, you'll be first in. If something happens right at the beginning, you're going to be the guy until we get to the 5th or the 6th. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, the bats broke out the last 2 games. The most important 2 games of the season, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's good because, you get down to. I kind of thought this was going to come to like the 7th or 8th inning. And I'm thinking about possible suicide, somebody's possibly stealing home, something along those lines. But then the hitters came through, where you're going to have to think about that. But you see that oftentimes in these playoff games. It's a battle down to the end like that. And I'm glad it was won that way. And certainly I'm glad we won. But had it been the other way, I'd rather get beat that way than on air and so forth. I thought it was a well-played ball game. And like 2 boxers slugging it out.
How about Bucko leading off that 6th with the triple? And what did that do for getting those bats going and putting a guy in running scoring position?
Yeah, anytime you get a guy at third base with nobody outs, I mean, there's probably a 90% chance you're going to score him. And, that's the story of his life. He's hit a lot of balls this year. We played Pullman. We played another place. That's 320. It's got a Clemente wall. 320 plus a Clemente wall. I don't know. Did they hit the wall on a bounce, or what did it do?
On a bounce, yeah.
You know what I mean? The high school field, he'd probably have this shoot 10 home runs. Yeah. If you're in a regulation, I mean, he's done that a lot. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty heady stuff for a young kid to be able to come through the way he has.
He's Division I. They're already sniffing around. And next year, he's a junior. They're really be looking. He could end up at, in my opinion, at a top D1 school, baseball school.
It says a lot about him too that he responded after missing that ball in center.
Yeah.
And Cole said he never misses that play.
No.
So when he misses the ball, they score 2 runs, tie the game. He said, "I'm going to get you that bat."
Yeah. That's the way he is, and I don't have a problem with him chasing that ball, going after it. That's what we teach him. So if you think you can get it, man, go get it. But you notice where Hickey was. Hickey was right in behind him. Because Hickey can fly like the wind too, and he knows that anything's out there, he's going to dive, and he has instructions. If he doesn't get it, then you get it and pick it up and throw it in. Hadn't he done that, think about it, that guy would have come all the way around and scored. So I wasn't happy that he missed it, you know what I mean? It went through, but I was happy that he didn't score, and then we got out of it. So.
But you also see a kid who makes a mistake. He stays very even keeled and then comes through in the clutch for you.
For my kids?
No, I mean Bucko in particular.
Oh yeah. They he's I compare it. Here's what I compare it to. And we had a talk with the kids. And I grew up in the city of Pittsburgh, outside. And, I said, there's streetwise, which I've heard of. I said, there's also baseball wise. And we have to learn to be baseball wise. The coach can't tell you what to do all the time, every play and so forth. And they started buying into that, and in practice, we'll hit them balls all over the place and try and go catch it. To become baseball wise, what can I do? And that's the way these guys are. When you have that, you don't get rattled. You know what I mean? If you're streetwise, you could be walking in the nastiest part of Pittsburgh. If you know a little bit, you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's the way Bucko is. That's the way this whole team is. They just know what they have to do.
But he said he did it last game too. That he got a double and Law drove him in, or he got on and stole a base and Law hit a double. But I mean that kind of 1-2 punch at the top of the order.
They're my top 2 hitters. I mean, you look at the stats. They are. They're top 2 hitters, and that's the new approach. Sometimes you're better hitters that they're putting them at 1 and 2 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're batting the pitcher 8th instead of 9th.
Yeah.
That's all that Billy Ball stuff. They're looking at the statistics and so forth. I'm not that goofy into it, but I know by having those 2 guys at the top, just looking at the total of bats for the year, they have significantly more bats than the other people.
Goofy enough to take a school that didn't have baseball until 1990 and win their first state championship. What's that like for you to have done this?
You know, I'm going to Myrtle Beach tomorrow. We're on vacation. We got a place rented down there. I told my wife when she rented it, my 2 kids live in Montana. They couldn't go any later. And I said, we got this state championship. I said, I got a good team. I'd like to get there. You know what I mean? And now it's coming to fruition. But that's okay. We'll be down there a day late. My friends will be there. I'll reflect at that point. You know, right now I start tearing up out here. I mean, because we actually went through a lot. I'm not going to get into the details, but as a team throughout the entire year, there was some stuff, but it made these kids stronger. It really did. And like I told them when I was giving them their ribbons, they're champions for life. They're state champions. They won't ever take that away. You know, and they're going to have to remember, think about what you did to get to that. You know, that's what, in my opinion, high school sports is all about. You know, there's going to be adversity and that kind of stuff, but hey, you know, if you keep your head up and you keep going, good stuff can happen.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right, thank you.
I just want to ask you a quick